one and all. Missed you guys. Another segment here. Cook me, you know. But today's gonna be a little different. It's not a tier list this time. Today is one of the based off my other tier lists. So today's a good day. Thursdays are cool when you're working because you already know you're expecting a Friday to come in. It's like everyone's kind of happy. For me, it's my day off, so fuck it. But with that being said, I'm doing a different segment this time. A little reaction. I don't know if I'm gonna put it in the title or not, but I'm pretty sure. So, um, let's get cooking. We are going to react to Ghost of Yote. I hope I'm saying that right. Um, because if I'm not, fuck, I am not cultured. But hey, man. So what I'm gonna do is just play the whole video and then replay. We'll give my input because I only watched this once, but I haven't like thoroughly actually went through it and like gave it full detail. Just it was like on my way to work, and then I'll replay it again and try to like do snippets or like little input. So we'll see.
Unreal. A wandering spirit seeking vengeance.
Who are you? I thought we killed your whole family.
The snake. The Oni. The Kitsune. The spider. The dragon. Lord, sight.
What are we going to do with this one, Saito?
I'm sorry it came to this, little wolf.
Situ Rhino. Why do you always call me that? It means one who is easily lost in the hunt. I have to go home. Back where all this started.
Okay. Well, after rewatching it the second time, obviously, first inputs, it looks absolutely beautiful. Ghost of Tsushima and in general has been the most beautiful game, I think, in my opinion, apart from other games. I think just in general, like Japanese culture is very beautiful, and their music is as well. Um, what makes you wonder, like in the past games and this bitch too, They must fucking reek in there, dude. I know they're smelling in the armor like hella armpits, hella cumin. If you know what that smells like, golly, bro. I know a shower does not exist there. I know you can take spas, but shit, you're just bathing in a cauldron of fucking. You know what? That's besides the point. Um, no, it looks very beautiful. It looks very promising. I have high hopes because the first game, the very first, with Jin Sakai, was a really fun game. You got to do a bunch of battle techniques. He wanted to be, well, not wanted to be, but he decided to be an assassin, which was against the samurai ways of doing things. Um, but no, this is looking pretty good. I'm hoping that Jin Sakai is somewhat mentioned, and I think at the very end, it seemed like it. I kind of heard a little, a little something that almost sounded just like the first Ghost of Tsushima. So maybe going back to the roots, I'm thinking maybe this is like a late grandfather because I don't know the time where Jin Sakai was at and then where this girl is at. Um, yeah, no, it already looks very beautiful. Uh, I think she's what trying to go after her dad. I think her dad might have died or something like that. So she's the hunter, and I did like that quote. Like where she is lost, and I think sometimes, and it looks like she's a lone wolf. So so I believe like certain wolves just get kind of lost sometimes, and now she's just kind of hunting by herself, and that's why she has her own little lone wolf. I think it's a little like oxymoron kind of thing. So let's go back. Yeah, I think that's pretty much my input for right now. I mean, until we play the game, but the trailer looks very, very promising. So let's see. Also, by the way, this is the reason why I bought a fucking PlayStation 5. Because I'm an Xbox player. I love Halo, but that bitch has been dying, and so yeah, PlayStation is rocking it right now, and I don't mind waiting all the way till October because those months are gonna fly by.
Unreal. A wandering spirit seeking vengeance.
Unreal. Yeah, for revenge. And look, she did this same. I don't know if that's a symbolism for like, yeah, fuck you, this is my revenge. Because Jin Sakai did the same thing. I don't know if that's a symbolism of kind of like, yeah, I'm after your ass, like, fuck you. I just killed all your warriors, or it's like, this is my vengeance, bitch. We'll see.
Who are you?
Oh,
I thought we killed your whole.
her, I don't know what this is called. I forget, but it's wolves. Interesting. And I think that's a little wolf symbolism on the sword, or the her, yeah, wow, on her sword. It looks like a wolf. She is definitely the insignia of a lone wolf.
I thought we killed your whole family.
Snake. The Oni. The Kitsune.
That looked cool. So they're bringing it back, the duels, which I did like the duels. It was, I think, one of the hardest parts of Ghost of Tsushima, where you had to be very tactile rather than just be like, you know, kind of button mashing and just figuring out your strategies with just like, oh yeah, if it's a spear person, we'll go to like attack mode or some bullshit. This one, I mean, it's gonna do the same. It looks like, uh, in the duels, so we'll see. Right here, Yeah, so she's still in like a swordsman stance. This fucker has like a mace, so that's pretty new with hella armor. And I think that yeah, this is the armor right here. So there's gonna be some boss battles, obviously, in a burning cottage of some type of shit. You know, I know cottages in English, but whatever this is called, dude, I'm uncultured. I don't care. But this is gonna be an epic boss battle right here because I feel like you can see the flames right here. Shit's gonna be falling down. So compared to your regular duels in Ghost of Tsushima, yeah, shit's gonna be falling down. So you gotta be aware of your surroundings now, and then be fighting this guy. It seems like I don't know. That'd be pretty fucking cool though. I'm not gonna lie. So I mean, it was already hard as it is, and now they're just making it harder with a guy with the mace. All right, we'll see.
The spider. The dragon. Lord, sight.
What are we going to do with this one, Saito?
Yeah, all the bosses. It looks like all the bosses right there. I can see all the masks. Look at that. Is that a musket? Is that a musket? Whoa, bro, that's gonna change the game. Yeah, that's definitely a gun. Oh, that changes shit. Wow. And I think this fucking guy's holding a double barrel, single shot, like single wheeled shotgun. Yeah, these are your bosses right here.
Saito,
I'm sorry it came to this, little wolf.
Little wolf. Watch this bitch howl too. Every single time. She's like, oh! Okay, that'd be cringe if she does that shit. I'm not gonna lie. Every single time. I don't think she will.
Situ Rhino. Why do you always call me that? It means one who is easily lost in the hunt.
Situ Rhino. Wow. Okay, yeah. Lost in the hunt. Oh, I'm telling you, man. It seems like symbolism. I mean, it's obviously probably symbolism here. Symbolism that where, I mean, like anybody else, lost in your journey to trying to figure out what is truly your goal, which might be a different kind of story. I wonder if they'll have like different, like in the first game where you decide either. I mean, this is gonna be spoilers, so spoiler alert. Do you decide to kill your uncle or do you decide to let him live? And the trippy part was apparently to kill him was the most respectful way to do it. But I think most of us, I want to say at least like 80% of us, probably said like, yeah, fuck it, well, we're not gonna kill him. That's our uncle. But that's based off what English standard, United States standards, American. I think Mexicans like that too. You know, I'm Mexican, so I would not want to kill my uncle. But I think in this Japanese culture, it's the most honorable way. Well, but either way, um, I wonder one who is easily lost in the hunt. So she's gonna have a choice, and then, of course, like lone wolf. You know, a wolf gets lost from the pack. Here she is, and here's her wolf.
In the hunt.
Beautiful, right there. Oh my god, beautiful. The soundtrack, oh, I love the soundtrack already so much. And she uses a spear, cool, love that. You can use a wolf to attack. It seems like, and that looks pretty fun. That seems pretty cool. Her sash, or whatever that's called. Ghost of Yote. What up, yo?
I have to go home. Back where all this started.
That part, that little slight part in the very background, I swear to God, it's like a soundtrack I know that is in the first game. I could be tripping balls right now, but I swear this is referencing the. Unless it's like just this is what Japanese music is. They do that whole like whistle type shit. You know, but listen.
Go home. Back where all this started.
Where it all started. October 2nd, 2025. Yeah, man. Dude, this game. I'm buying the premium version. I don't care. This game, as it was the first one, stole my heart. Um, Black Rose has been featured here. Had mentioned that the wolf will be your new guide, which I seen it. I don't think it showed it here. I think it was in the very first, like before this trailer, where the leaves in the first game, you if you want guiding wind, if you're lost, the wind fall like it'll show you. In this game, it'll be the leaves, but the wolf also. So it seems like a tactic to use as a guiding wind, but if you want help for an attack, your wolf comes in. So I feel like maybe the battle schemes will be a little more difficult. And this is a topic that what I should write this down now, because I'm gonna get into a topic that's gonna be probably very little touchy, but I mean we'll get into a discussion of that. But yeah, it seems like a war tactic for her, and she's by herself. At the end of the day, she is her own self. She's a lone wolf. She's a woman who, let's be honest, women are not that strong. So to handle it herself is going to be very tough. Like for any other woman, could be just in general with just regular lifestyles. So um, give me a second to gather my thoughts here as I go on to the next topic. All right, so this is has been confrontational. It has been definitely a topic that is discussed, and this game is kind of being hated on a little bit because let's just discuss and bring out the white elephant in the room here. It's a female protagonist. It's a woman protagonist, a strong woman. Um, the first game was Jin Sakai, a male, and I think in the past times it was always a male to be a samurai, and then just in general, if you try to change the script, if it's about that, you start off the game as a male, then you want your next character to be a male as well. Um, so that is the hardest discussion to talk about because it is a female character playing a samurai. It seems like um, could be a ninja as well. I doubt it though, being that the armor that she's wearing and the way her style is as a samurai, as you watch that she's holding a stance as a samurai, it's changing the roles of um, a little bit of just not just the male, but that a woman can play as a samurai as well. And that's the topic that people are getting very hard pressed about. Um, so I'm gonna give my input about that, and then I'm not going to disclose any names, of course, but from what my friends have said and what I've seen on Twitter as well, where it's about a woman protagonist. So with me personally, I don't mind. I don't care. I'm buying the game. I think the game looks beautiful, and if I want to play a female character, or I mean, this is the kind of thing too where like it's you're forced you have to play the female character, there's no choice, you can't just choose. But I personally don't care. I love the game for what it is and what it was, and it was within its beauty, its soundtracks, the battle schemes, the strategies you had to do, the duels. Like for me personally, it's I'm not even looking at it as a woman. It's just a warrior. So she's just fighting for her life just as much as Jin Sakai was. And I believe that some girls they don't mind playing certain guy games, where you play as the main character who is a male, which is like what, like fucking 90% of games. Um, but like I'm in it for the story, and if they butcher this story and which I doubt, and hear me out, like if they butcher the story and make her look like super weak, which that's probably gonna look realistic because I mean reality is like males are stronger than women. But if they just kill, like if they make the story weak, then they're just gonna automatically blame that, like, oh, it's because it was a woman. And I think that's been a common thing for films recently, where um, you can have like this is gonna be a little off topic, but you can have like Madam Web, or I don't know, like certain movies and maybe certain games that it's like I don't know, like you change the script and you put like a woman, or God forbid, or not God forbid, but they're trying to put like the blames on, like, oh, it should have been a white person who played like a Snape, who's supposed to be a white wizard, but then they put a black person. Like they're changing the script where people are not gonna like it, and then the story might not be good too. And it's not their fault. Technically, it's not the actor's fault. It's not the story's fault. It's probably the director. It's probably that's about it. I know that like if you had originally probably like a creator did some sort of like a kind of story for a woman, or for a black person, but then they changed it to a white person, or they changed the main character to some, I don't know, like you get what I'm saying, where like if you change certain things but the directing is terrible, then it goes terrible, if that makes sense. I don't know how to put this in like really good words. It's just I feel like the directing is the biggest part of it, and it's not just about being woke. It's about just making sure that the directing goes well. Because like I mean, this is gonna be a spoiler too if you haven't watched Invincible or if you know the comics, but um, like apparently Amber, which was Mark's, aka Invincible, first girlfriend, was a white woman, but now it's a black woman, and she played it very well. The character wasn't annoying for me at all. Like it was not woke. It was perfect enough for me. Um, Regardless, though, like I think this new character has potential, and if they kind of, I don't know, if they destroy the story in a way where like the first one was already great, so as it is with sequels, people with sequels, and like I think that's in general with sequels, you have a lot of expectations because you want the next one to be absolutely at least very good, or if not better, and that's expectations for sure. So I like I said, I'm going to be repeating myself here. High expectations for me, at least. And it's not because she's a girl. It's just in general the story is very good. If people shit on it, it's probably because they're gonna be like, oh, because she's a woman. I don't think so, but you know. So now to the next topic. Well, not the next topic, but along the same lines is kind of what some friends and what I've been seeing, where it's on the negative side. Because for me, I don't care. I'm kind of supportive of it, um, but I understand. I understand the points that people are saying on the other spectrum. And it's not being sexist. I'm gonna just say that right now. It's not being sexist. Some people might be. Let's be real. Some people are gonna be sexist and they're gonna be like, oh fucking here we go, a fucking female character, here we go, bro. Like we're being woke again. Like no, I don't think so. But I kind of see the point. So it's just the world that we live in today. So let me take a sip. Um, let's see. Um, so yeah, people are calling it instead of Ghost of Yote. I think I've seen some people on Twitter like Ghost of Woke Tay because they're putting a female character. Now that's just being funny, and that's fine. Like people are gonna say their shit. It is what it is. But some people have some points. Again, like a friend that will remain I'm not gonna have their name being there, but he had some good points in a sense where it's the gaming world and maybe the movie world shoving down our throats where it seems like where you are forced to play a certain character or a certain how should like you have to be forced to play a female or a male, you know. So in a sense where it's like gaming can be where if it's in a fantasy or sci-fi, like you could play a wizardry or even like in Halo, for instance, where you could play as a female character, and that's okay, because that in that realm it makes sense. You get to do that as a woman or a male. Like you could be a mage, you could be a knight. Well, maybe a knight. Who knows? That makes sense. Or even like in the Pokemon world, if a guy wanted to play a female or a woman wanted to play a male character, fine. Who cares? But forcing it down your throat to because you're playing the game as a woman, does it make sense in the reality where a woman actually plays a lone wolf samurai in a game that is technically reality? Is that realistic? Which I kind of see. It's not that immersed as what a friend said, and I see that. And so I had brought up the topic of like, well, like Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider was a female character, and that was a great game. I was just bringing up like a not being defensive, not talking shit. It was just more like curious as to see like why certain people think, and like they can have their points. Like they're not gonna buy the game, and that's fine. Like don't buy the game because it's a female character. Don't go for it. Like it's your opinion to buy the game or not. Like I'm buying it. If you want to buy it, you want to buy it. It's just a topic to discuss. But either way, so like Tomb Raider, female character, epic as fuck. I like the game a lot, and it's still locked in the basis where he mentioned that it makes sense for that story, being that even though it's not necessarily fantasy or sci-fi, it's more like she is still kind of like a somewhat an assassin, kind of undercover, like secret agent type of thing. She is like solving mysteries and doing like little puzzles and whatnot, which I think in that's kind of stereotypical, but not really. Like I think maybe two is I don't know, but like women kind of do prefer that as well. I know a lot of guys actually like Tomb Raider for that aspect. I never played the game until Black Rose actually showed me the game, and bless her heart, she got me into Tomb Raider. I think that had like great action scenes, great gunfights. Like that game was fire, and it was a female protagonist. Liked it. I guess what people are trying to say is that it's trying to be woke and that it should solely play on the fact that typical that it's a guy samurai. And honestly, imagine, I mean, even though it's fake, of course, like one, like Jin Sakai, his own self, facing against five guys. Okay, pause. But like, five against five other maybe samurais or I don't know, like assassins, whatever. Bro, let's be real here. He's getting fucked in reality, but it's a game, so you can handle it, and it's gonna try to be as realistic as possible. But then you put a woman into the game, and it's like it should be in the same realm where like she should handle it, but in realistic roles, like if a guy can handle it, a woman can't either. But can a guy handle more for strength wise? Maybe. I don't know. I'm seeing the point on both sides. I'm probably not saying this in the most perfect way at all, but I'm seeing the point of where yeah, like they're because what have I had liked the second game for Ghost of Tsushima to be a male protagonist. Yeah, I'll be honest. Like I'm not gonna say. Well, yeah, I'm gonna say like, would I prefer it slightly, just slightly, not a lot. Am I disappointed? Not at all. Do I want? I think like everybody else in their sexes, like if Tomb Raider changed to a male protagonist, yeah, they. I think people would be disappointed just as much as Ghost of Tsushima, where it's like, oh, will you change protagonist? Like, do I really? I mean, do I really want to play this game? I don't know. Maybe not. But I don't think people fell in love with Ghost of Tsushima just because it was a male protagonist. I think people fell in love with it because of its absolute beauty of the nature you get to follow with, the story, the battle schemes. I mean, dude, you get to free world, literally, like seeing just nature in itself, and and then you get to have like side missions that are great, duels, which is amazing. I don't think it's the point of like a male or female protagonist. As long as the story is good, then that's all that matters for me. What I'm worried about is that if the story is shit, they're gonna blame because it's a woman protagonist, and that's I mean, and if she's a weak like if it's a weak story on her end, like that's it's gonna only kind of fuel the fire of that topic. Um, yeah, I think that's all I really have to say. But yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to the game. I know I yapped a lot, and I think I might change my minds on. I might change my mind on certain things that I've said. We'll see, because I think at one point I tried to compare it to like certain things. It's just when you start talking in front of the cameraman, like it just goes off. Regardless, I have high hopes. I see the point of both sides. I'm more leaning onto the side where I really don't care if it's a female or male protagonist. I can see where the industry is trying to force down our gullet of you know like accept a different ethnicity or gender, as you may say. Um, but Ghost of Tsushima is different, definitely different. So, with that being said, hope you all enjoy your very much beautiful Thursday evening. Leave down in the comments if you know me. Text me. Yeah, like again, very curious to see what you guys think and what you guys say. Let's see how this game turns out, y'all. This is coming in October, so you want to see how to do my ABC series are pretty much April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So 6 months, 6 months, y'all. Less than 6 months actually. It's like something, 5 months and something days. We'll see how the game turns out. I'm buying the best edition that I can for this game, so we'll see. Have a great day, y'all.